Starting out as a digital artist, I was completely overwhelmed. There were so many tools, gadgets, and brushes that I had absolutely no idea where to start. So if you are beginning your digital art journey and feel stressed when opening up your drawing program, I have 10 quick tips that will jumpstart your improvement and transform your digital art. For the purposes of this video, I'm assuming you already have a drawing tablet and a drawing program of some sort. Most programs have very similar tools, so these tips are easily transferable no matter what you're using. But if you don't have a tablet yet, my bonus tip is to buy a Wacom Intuos tablet for less than $100. These tablets are easy to plug into any computer you already own, and there's a lot of free software online that you can download. I'm not being paid to say any of this. I just used Wacom when I first started digital art, and it's a much lower barrier to entry than paying thousands of dollars for tablets and programs. Nowadays, I am working on an iPad Pro with the drawing app Procreate. Now that you have your tablet and software, the next thing you'll need to do is select a canvas, which is pretty daunting when you're not sure what to start with. The choice of canvas is only really important if you're creating something for a specific purpose, like posting on a specific social media site, creating images for websites, or printing out a product. So it doesn't really matter what you choose because your focus right now is just on learning to use the program. But if you do end up creating something you want to share, I recommend starting things out with RGB 2160 by 2700 pixels. It's the perfect size for posting to Instagram and will be easily shareable to other sites too. Start by making marks on your canvas. Don't get overwhelmed by what brushes and colors to use right now. Just pick one and go. Try to sketch just like you would in a normal sketchbook. Don't worry about all the fancy tools. Your body needs some time to get used to how it feels to use your tablet. If you have a touchscreen, you'll be able to see exactly where you're putting your mark. But if you're working on a different tablet, you might need some practice to feel comfortable interacting with the tablet while looking at a different screen. So make as many sketches as you can and choose a different brush every time. Eventually, you'll learn what brushes work best for you, and your body will get used to using a tablet. As you draw these sketches, you'll quickly learn that the most beneficial tool in your digital art arsenal is the undo button. It's often much faster and easier to use than the eraser tool, and you'll likely end up using the undo button more than any other tool in your software. The best way to make use of this digital advantage is to use the undo shortcut. You'll be able to fix mistakes instantly, and you'll wish you had this even when drawing traditionally. In Procreate, all that you need to do is tap the screen with 2 fingers. But on other tablets, you may need to set one of your tablet or pen buttons to the undo tool. Either way, you are using the undo button with just a tap, streamlining your process and making things much easier. Now you will end up using that eraser too, and something I found extremely helpful is the ability to change eraser brushes. Without this feature, your erasing will look obvious and jarring. To make a smooth transition, try using the same brush on your eraser as you are for your lines. This way, your erasing can fit seamlessly into the rest of your piece. The next tool you need to know is how to use layers. Each layer builds on top of each other to create a finished work. And these layers can be used in almost endless ways. Keep in mind that many drawing programs have layer limits. In Procreate, this limit becomes lower the more pixels the canvas has. I would be surprised if you used all the layers at this point, but if you do, use this button to merge some layers once you've finalized them. Layers make things easy to edit, but once you merge them, you won't be able to edit each piece as easily. Using layers is the best way to add line art over a sketch, change colors, and add special effects. As a beginner, you need to start getting comfortable with layers and how to use them for your piece. Just don't forget to change layers when you need to, or you'll end up with a bunch of marks that aren't easily edited. Another tool that changed the way I draw is the use of opacity. Opacity is the change in transparency of a layer. This can help add shading and texture to your piece. Opacity can be easily changed in two ways within Procreate. The first is on the left-hand side of the screen. The top toggle is for the size of your brush, but the bottom toggle indicates the opacity of the brush itself. This means you can sketch and build darker lines on top of each other as you would traditionally with pencils and markers. Alternatively, you can change the opacity of the entire layer at once by opening up the layer and moving this toggle here. This way, you can easily add shading and different effects to your colors. The opacity tool can be used in so many creative ways and completely transformed my digital art. As a beginner digital artist, I was petrified by the color wheel. It seems infinite, and I used to spend 30 minutes choosing the exact right shade and value. Instead, I recommend bypassing the decision fatigue and use the color picker. Find color inspiration elsewhere and use these tools to immediately create a palette from that image. You can also use this button to select a specific color from elsewhere on your canvas. Using these tools will get you painting and coloring without freezing up by the endless choices available to you in digital programs. For a quick, easy way of changing colors, try the Hue Adjustment toggle. For this to work, only one color can be on the layer you select. Click the little magic wand and select Hue, Saturation, and Brightness. The toggle on the bottom left will change the colors as you switch it. This way, you can quickly see how different colors will compare to the rest of your piece. Plus, this tool is just really fun to use. A more advanced technique that revolutionized my digital art is the clipping tool. It makes it easy to add layers to one specific section. This way, you are only working within the confines of that shape, and you have a separate layer for easy edits. Use this tool when adding shading, patterns, and other colors to a specific shape. And watch your piece gain a lot of texture and definition. The most important tip I can give you as a beginner digital artist is to remember that your skills are not equal to the tools you use. By this, I mean that using digital art definitely provides you with a lot of tools and really cool ways to edit your piece. But ultimately, your drawing skills are only as good as they are in traditional. Using a specific program or brush will not magically make your art better. Instead, only time and practice can improve your skills. So make sure to draw often, and you'll quickly become a master digital artist. I hope you're excited to get going on your digital art journey, and if you need some more digital art inspiration, check out my digital sketchbook tour with over 3 years of my digital art development. Thanks for watching and happy drawing!